Right. Hello, everyone. Good morning. All right. So I think we have a full house today. So just some few reminders before we start with our workshop. So your facilitator is here. Raymond is here already. So before we start, I would like to remind everyone to please turn on your cameras so that we can see your beautiful faces. Attendance points only go to those whose faces are visible to the facilitator. If you are having any technical issues or in the middle of any school activity, please message YC staff Kim so that we can mark you excused for today. If you're an alumni, please put alumni before your name. If you are a student leader, please put student leader or SL before your name. And of course, I just want to remind everyone also to please make sure to turn in your workbook and survey form. The deadline is on Friday on or before 5 p.m. So I think that's it for me. I'm going to pass it on to Raymond. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm glad you guys all showed up. This is gonna be a good class. You know, it's something practical, something simple, and good information to learn. So I'm looking forward to it and feeling your guys' energy, getting it done. So can we go to slide one, please? We're gonna start it off. The four agreements. So you know the four agreements could mean a lot, right? But it's the four agreements within ourselves. So it's just good to look at it like that. And if you get the book, look at it at YouTube, wherever you want to look at it, and it's good information. So we're gonna elaborate on it. Could we go to slide two, please? All right. So last week we covered grit and resilience. For just a quick one, was grit was just pushing through things. Resilience was how we bounce back. Practice makes close to perfect, and we just always want to try our best in what we're doing. So Alexander G, could you read the first bullet point?
Oh yeah. Uh, grit and grit and resilience fuel long-term success through passion, persever-
Perseverance.
perseverance, and the ability to recover from setbacks.
What did you get from that last week? What does that mean to you?
Like like I view success something from like a long time. Like you gotta have your passion, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Good answer. Thank you. Leah,
Yeah.
can you read the second one and then do the same and share what it means to you?
Consistent effort, deliberate practice, and a growth mindset help us stay committed even when things get tough. So, like, basically, if you continue to do something, like, despite the challenges, you're still able to push through and get it done at the end.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Thank you for your help. Thank you for the answer. Could we go to Alonso? Could you read the third bullet point and do the same thing?
Um, no, because I can't see the screen. It's just black for me.
Your screen. Um, is
Oh, there we
everybody
go. Okay, there we go.
okay? Cool.
By setting clear goals, embracing challenges, and seeing failures as learning opportunities, we discovered how to build lasting habits for growth and achievement. Um, I'm not sure to be honest.
Yeah, you know, that's good because I'm glad you said that because sometimes we got to know what our goals are to be able to understand them. So sometimes just having that goal, Alonzo, of just saying that, hey, I'm gonna turn in my homework rather than just get an F, that's just a clear goal, you know? So it's just knowing things like that. But thank you for your answer and your honesty because that's what matters. If we don't set goals for ourselves, if we're not persistent and we're not passionate about certain things, the expectations that we have that we're not gonna be doing that much for ourselves, guys. So it's just good to take the learning opportunities and build these habits all the time. So I just want you guys to really think about this from last week and then how we move this to this week. Because this week it'll be clear with a couple sentences and a couple phrases just to get you along the way to understand things. So we're gonna go to the next slide, and I'm just gonna say the learning objectives. Could we go to the next slide, please? Basha, could we go to the next slide? All right, thank you. So look at guys, so right now we're gonna go into a video. Pay attention to the video because I'm gonna call on you guys to see what you guys got from it. So could we please play the video?
Every single day, we battle that liar in our heads. You know that voice? The one that spins tales of doubt and fear? Well, what if I told you there's a way to kick that programming to the curb? I'm talking about a simple, 4-line code that can uninstall all that negativity for good. This is ancient Toltec wisdom, folks. Delivered in a deceptively simple masterpiece by none other than Don Miguel Ruiz, The 4 Agreements. This is the mental software update you've been searching for. Trust me, it's time to make the change. The first agreement, it's the absolute powerhouse, folks. Be impeccable with your word. Ruiz tells us that your word, it's pure energy, a force. It can either craft the most magnificent dreams or, oh boy, it can tear everything apart around you. To be impeccable means channeling that energy towards truth and love. When you start gossiping, you're wielding your words like black magic against others. And let me tell you, that poison, it always comes back to bite you. But when you speak with integrity, that's when your word transforms into a force for good. You build trust, you attract positive energy. The second agreement, don't take anything personally. I mean, whatever happens around you, just remember, it's not about you. If someone is rude, guess what? It's about them, their beliefs, their struggles, their baggage. It has nothing to do with your value. When you take things personally, you're basically giving them permission to let their poison seep into your life. But here's the kicker. By becoming immune to the opinions and actions of others, you're saving yourself from all that unnecessary suffering. The third agreement, it's a game changer. It completely wipes out the source of so much of our suffering. Don't make assumptions. I mean, come on. We think we know what's swirling around in other people's heads. We assume they've got a clue about what we want. And then we go and craft these elaborate dramas in our minds based on those assumptions, which, let's be real, are almost always off the mark. Ruiz, he urges us to muster up that courage to ask questions, to really express what we want. Clear communication, folks, it's a total game changer. It transforms our relationships and clears away that fog of misunderstanding that we've created for ourselves. The fourth and final agreement, it locks everything else into place. Always do your best. Now, hold on a second, your best. It's not a one-size-fits-all deal. It shifts, it changes, depending on whether you're feeling healthy or sick, happy or upset. But no matter the situation, just commit to doing your best. That's the key to dodging self-judgment and regret, folks. Doing your best is all about taking action. It's not about being perfect. This agreement, it's your ticket out of the perfectionism trap. It's a chance to discover joy in the effort, no matter what the outcome looks like. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. And always, always do your best. This is the code, folks. This is how you reclaim your power and rewrite your own story. Now, if you're ready to dive deeper, you can grab the 4 agreements through the Amazon link in the description. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. And now, let's pivot to what's next. We've just cracked the code to clear out that negative programming cluttering our minds. But what are we going to install in its place? Next week, we're jumping into a book that's foundational to this channel. It's one of the very first books I scribbled down on my personal must-read list ages ago, The Magic of Thinking Big. All right, we've cleared out all that internal junk, just tossed it aside. Now, it's time to build a mental skyscraper. Thank you for being here. You are the architect of your own mind.
Thank you for that. I hope you guys enjoyed that video because man, that was a good one. I seen all kinds of other ones, but I was like, nah, this one relays the message the best. So let's see. I'm gonna go to Alonzo. Or no, I already called on you, Alonzo. It's all right. Angel,
Yeah.
can you talk about one of the agreements that you heard and what it might mean to you?
One of the agreements that I heard was about trying your best in things. I think you should always try your best because if you don't try your best, you're not gonna get the best out of your things that you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, for sure. Great answer. Thank you. And I think I talked about this last time. Your best is our best. Like I'm gonna do my best no matter what. It doesn't matter if it's the next person's best because it's my best. So we're never in comparison. We never, you don't have to compare yourself to nobody else's best. Just remember that my best is my best. I'm gonna go to Angelo.
Yeah.
Can you talk about one of them?
One of them was like you can't take stuff personally because then it'll bring you down,
Yeah,
basically.
what? Yeah, for sure. Well, how won't you take things personal? What's a good way?
By knowing that what people say is coming from their own insecurities.
Yeah, absolutely. Great answer. Thanks. You went deep. That's a good one. Yeah. And I don't take things personal because it could be anybody, you know. So it's just like we don't even surround ourselves with that type of stuff. So it's just like, don't take things personal because it just bothers us and we don't want to waste that energy because we already show up with a lot of energy. So let's go to Damien.
Um, just
One
be,
that we didn't talk about. One that we didn't talk about.
mm, like poisoning like other people because like no. When
That
other people talk bad about you, don't stoop to their level and talk bad about them.
Absolutely, great one. And that's what he said is poison. Like, don't make assumptions, right? Don't say, oh, this person's that, because we don't want
Mhm.
people to do that to us. Great answer. Thank you, Damien. And then I'm gonna go to the other Damien. What's the last one?
To be honest, I'm not really sure.
You said it. You said to be honest, and you had that. That's the answer. To be honest, because it's be impeccable with your word. So great job because everybody wants somebody that's honest. You want a friend that's gonna be honest with you. You want people around you that are gonna be honest. You drop your wallet, you want someone to be honest and give that to you. You just so all these things line up, guys. Be honest. Don't take things personal. Don't judge other people because we wouldn't want to be judged. And if we're always doing our best, we don't expect no better. We just do our best all the time. So that's just important to start off this class. So our learning objectives are going to be this right here. Let's go to Eduardo. Could you read all of the bullet points for me, please?
Um, Learning how to speaking with integrity, and choosing words that reflect kindness and truth can strengthen relationships, build trust, and improve self-respect. Understand how taking things less personally and avoiding assumptions can reduce unnecessary conflict, increase emotional balance, and lead to clearer communication. Practice the habit of always doing your best by focusing on consistent effort, self compassion, and growth rather than perfection and comparison.
Awesome. Thank you, Eduardo. Yeah, so you see the first objective, guys, is talking with integrity, being honest and reflecting that strength and building trust because people are able to trust you when you're honest with them. The second one, how it says how taking things less personal and avoiding assumptions, right? Because those could cause harm to us, right? We don't want to cause harm to ourselves or other people, right? We want to be able to like If I'm feeling sad, I want to know that emotion. So I'm all right, this is what got me sad. So now I know I'm not gonna do this next time because this is the way it makes me feel, or this is the way I could feel better about it. And it's just being that emotional balance. You just don't want to be like a roller coaster. So practice habit, always do your best, focusing on consistent effort, just showing up, right? What we talked about all the time, resilience, grit, perseverance, growth mindset, all these things that we're talking about, being our own architect of our thinking. The video even said that. So the architect, so something must be right, right? If other people are talking about it. So it's just navigating all these things with the four agreements. Could we go to the next slide, please? All right, let's go to Eric.
Yeah.
Could you read I'm gonna say introduction and then just start on the left hand side and then read the right side too?
Okay. Wait, do I read it right now?
Yeah, yeah.
The four agreements are presented as tools to practice daily. Be impeccable with your words. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Always do your best. To improve communication, decision making, and emotional, I don't know what that word is,
Regulation.
regulation,
You got it.
written by
Miguel.
Domingo Ruiz. The idea based on
Toltec
Toltec
philosophy.
philosophy. Overall aim: increase personality, responsibility.
Consistency.
Wait, increase personal responsibility, clarity, and consistency in how a person shows up in their life.
Thank you very much, Eric. That was great. Thank you. Um, Jonathan.
Um,
What do you think emotional regulation means? Because I don't really understand what it's saying right here. To improve communication, decision making, and emotional regulation.
to be honest, Mister, um, I don't really know.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you another question then. On the top, on the clipboard, what do one of those things mean to you out of the four agreements?
Um, the don't take anything personally. Like, uh, nah. Actually, I mean, always do your best. Like, always put in effort in everything you do. Like in school, or like when you're playing a sport. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Jonathan. All right, I'm gonna ask this to anybody, and if you know the answer, just come off your mic and just answer it. Does anybody have an idea of what emotional regulation means? Anybody could help me out. Anybody that knows, or even if you don't know, just if you want to take a guess.
Maybe like breathing skills, I would say. Like
Okay,
breathing. Like
okay,
I don't know, like maybe like the oh you showed us like you breathe in like 4 seconds and then like you hold it 2 and then you breathe out 6 seconds. Something like
okay.
that.
That's a good one, Satana. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're here. Thank you. Let's
Yeah,
see.
thank you.
Anybody else? All right. So to go off what Santana says, so yeah, we're regulating. So to be calm, right? We're gonna breathe in, breathe out, right? We're gonna take our time to calm down so we're not all hyper vigilant or anxious, right? But emotional regulation, we are doing the same thing. We're regulating something, but it's our emotions, right? So a lot of times, it's like growing up, I didn't want to cry around my friends or nobody, right? So I would go home, and then if I was sad or mad, then maybe a couple tears would drop through my eye. But I was regulating something to not look a certain way in front of people, right? But now it's different because now I understand that it's okay to get watery eye or something, but it's a regulation. It's an emotion that I'm feeling. So now I know like how to feel these emotions. Like I said, if I'm feeling sad, I know what that feeling of sadness is. If I'm feeling happy, I know what that feeling of happiness is. You know, if I'm feeling a bored, I know what that feeling of boredom is. And I know how to regulate that so I no longer feel like that, guys. So it's important to be able to recognize how you're feeling. If I'm feeling tired, how come I'm feeling tired? Maybe that makes me feel depressed because the night before I didn't get all my sleep. So that's how we're regulating our body, like our breathing. So it's just thinking about just to be calm. So emotional regulations, keeping ourselves in check, aligned, right? And at the same time, it improves our communication and decision making. You know, there's something called HALT. It's like hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. You don't make the right decisions when you're in that phase. That's why it's called HALT. Because HALT means just stop, take a minute, maybe get something to eat. That'll take away the anger. You won't feel as lonely or tired no more. So you're regulating your emotions. So it's just good to have this thought to be able to think about it all the time. That's emotional regulation. I just didn't want to pass this page without you guys knowing that. Could we go to the next slide, please? The first agreement, be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity and honesty in all situations. And then this guy says, I'm terrible at this. So we know he's a liar, right? So I'm still learning at getting better. All right. So let's go to Justine. Justine. Um, ¿Por qué crees que es mejor decir la verdad de mentiras?
Porque si es la verdad, puedes arreglar algo o tratar de arreglarlo. Porque si
Yeah.
dices la mentira,
Gracias, muchas gracias. So yeah, he just said right now, it's better to be honest because being honest is going to get you the help that you need. You know, and it just doesn't mean being honest about not telling lies. It just means being honest. If I don't know my homework assignment, I'm going to ask the teacher to help me with my homework assignment because the teacher wants to answer all my questions because that's why they're there teaching. So it's like if the teacher doesn't know you need help with the assignment, how are you gonna get the help you need? Let's go to Juliana.
Yeah.
Why is it important to be like the first agreement, be impeccable with your word?
Um, because it helps you have better thoughts about yourself.
And why do you think it'll help you with better thoughts?
Because it gives you motivation.
It gives you motivation and what else? Like what's the most important thing? Like if you lie to somebody,
It's
is it
gonna come back to you.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, thank you. Good answer. So yeah, guys, and at the same time, it's like when we don't lie, well, when you do lie, it's like you always have it at the back of your mind, like, dang, I told this lie, now I gotta tell another lie, and then I just gotta be a lie, and then I become a liar. So then it's just like, dang, like, but if I'm just saying how I feel at the moment, I don't gotta worry about carrying the weight of the world on me, because I'm always saying what's on my mind, and I gotta be honest, and it just builds more rapport. Like people see that, and people gravitate towards that. So that's important. Thank you for that. Could we go to the next slide, please? So this is the first workbook question, guys. You guys got 3 minutes to go into it. I'm gonna read it out. Think of a time when your words had a positive or negative impact. How might choosing your words more carefully change your relationship or self-esteem? So help each other out in the breakout room.
All right, I'm opening the breakout rooms now. Thank you.
I'll float. See you guys here.
Thank you, Kim.
Bash, are you sharing your screen?
Yes, I am. I'm sharing it to the breakout rooms also.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys had a good breakout room. Let's go to let me see right here. Halo,
Yes.
can you please write what you wrote in your workbook or something else?
Yeah, I put like when you talk to someone and like you have like a negative energy or like a positive energy, it could go both ways.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thank you for that. And that's good because he could not have said it better, right? So even if you gotta say something bad, like think about it when people are working, like and they have to let you go, like what's called being fired or something, like they're not gonna say you're being fired, right? You know that's negative, right? But you don't want to do it in a bad way, right? You want to be as positive as possible. So you might want to say like we're restructuring, there's physical difficulties. You figure out how to talk to people, right? So it's always good to be conscious of that stuff. So that was good, Kalo. Thank you. Um, could we go to the next slide, please? The second agreement, don't take anything personally. Other people's actions and words are a reflection of their own reality, not yours. And somebody, I forgot who it was, said that earlier. They said the exact same thing. They said the other person might be feeling a certain way, and that's how they're telling me. So that's exactly what that means right there. So, Lena,
Yeah.
can you talk about what that means maybe? Like, don't take things personally. Like, what would happen if you do take it personal? Like, tell me what it looks like when this whole situation looks like.
Um, like don't take people things personal, like what they say about you, because it's their opinion. And, like you can't really change it.
Yeah, for sure. And what would that do like to people that they do take it personal?
They might be feeling like sad after they take it personal.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly. Emotional regulation. Great answer. Thank you very much. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. So it's like you don't got to change for nobody. We could be our best all the time. We do what we do, right? Other people's reflection, like Liana said, is their own opinions. Like, and those are the people that don't get to know you. Those are the people that ain't in your circle, the people you don't hang around with, the people that don't bring you up. So just that's a good way to look at it. What about Lionel?
Yeah, what happened?
Could you talk about it?
I didn't really understand that.
It says don't take anything personal. What do you think that means?
To like not listen. Well,
Yeah,
to
it's
not
like
take things offensive to yourself.
exactly. Don't be offended, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you're playing baseball and you strike out and someone says you suck. I don't suck. Maybe it's a good pitcher. Maybe I just try to hit a home run. That's the only difference. I still tried my best. Great answer. Thank you. Yeah. So we just don't let things get to us. And that's important in sports, in school, with people that are close around us. We learn all these things because someone's always going to have a bad day and that's the type of people we try to bring them up. We don't try to put them down. So that's why we always do our best. So could we go to the next slide, please? So this is another online workbook question. Luna, could you read this? Castro, could you read this one, please?
How might your relationship change if you stop taking things personally? How can you think of a situation where someone's words or actions really weren't really about you?
Awesome, thank you. So you guys are gonna go into your breakout rooms. I'll see you guys when you come back.
All right.
See, these classes are better. You know why? Because there's so
Um,
many slides where you could take your time. Because normally there's only like 10 slides. 10, that's
Yeah, yeah,
it's like you always want to have more information to be able to
mhm,
balance everything.
yeah. This one is pretty long,
It's
and
good
there's
though.
a lot. Yeah.
Yep. All right, welcome back, guys. I hope you guys had a good class, a good workout session. So I'm gonna go to Maya.
yeah.
Can you talk about what you put in it or like what this meant to you?
So I didn't do it, nor did I understand it.
All right, so I'm gonna help you understand it, right? How might your relationships change if you stop taking things personal?
They get better.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you. And then look at, can you, okay, well, all right, this part is, but you said the right answer. So look at, it's like if we have friends and then maybe they say an opinion about us, instead of being mad at them and saying, yeah, you're not my friend no more, say no more, you're like, you're done, we could just talk like, oh, that's how you feel? Well, you know what? Keep your feelings to yourself because I don't need to know like what you're saying about me or nothing like that. Don't do that. So now you're letting the person know. So it's just good to um don't take things personal because when we stay mad, then we might lose a good friendship or our brothers or sisters might say something to us and then we just stay mad at them. So that was good that you said that. So it says, can you think of a situation where someone's words, actions were really about you? So yeah, it's just we don't take things personal because then we hold on to them and we just, we let things bother us. So you just let it go. Could we go to the next slide, please? Noel, can you please read this right here?
Yeah, it says the third agreement, don't make assumptions, ask questions to clarify, aim for clear communication is everything, okay?
Noel, could you do a follow-up for me and talk about what ask questions to clarify means?
Just asking questions just so you could get the full grasp of the situation. Like,
Yeah, for sure. And what about aim for clear communication?
just making sure that you completely understand everything and that you guys are like talking well or whatever.
And how does that relate to assumptions?
Um, I guess if you're not communicating well, you could take you can interpret something in a way that it wasn't meant to be.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for that. You did great because he just said, Noel just said he could take something differently. So basically, he's taking things personal, right? So you see how he said that clarify, you want to know what's going on so you're not making assumptions. You want that clear communication to be able to talk to the person like what's going on. Let me know what's up. So all that matters because you don't want to be making bad assumptions. We don't make assumptions because we don't like people judging us. We shouldn't be judging people either. So that's important that we do that. Let's go to Richard.
Yep.
Well, what does that mean to you, Richard? Like, what do you think you got from it? Like that,
I don't wanna know what it means to me.
you know what assumptions means?
Something is like assuming something.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It could be a good and bad thing at the same time.
How can it be a good thing?
Because if you assume something, like it could be right, you know, but at the
Yeah,
same time you could be wrong.
yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, something that could make it right would be like if we go some like a resource fair or somewhere where they're giving stuff away and we see a lot of people come with bags of food or whatever, that we're just assuming that they're giving bags for free away. So that's a good assumption. Like we assume that we're gonna get a bag of stuff for free, right? And then a bad assumption is judging people, right? So just making those bad assumptions of other things. But let's go to the next slide, please. Ronnie,
Yep.
can you read this? And then do me a favor. When you're done reading it, think about it and talk about it. So when everyone goes into the breakout room, they could have an idea what to write on it.
Okay. Think of a recent misunderstanding. How might asking questions instead of making assumptions have changed the outcome? And I guess a recent misunderstanding was um, one of my classes had us write do an assignment. Of course, I we didn't know what, so I did the entire thing on the computer, but actually the teacher wanted us to do it on the paper. And of course, if we just asked the question of do they want it on computer or paper, it would have changed the outcome because then I had to do the whole thing all over again, which would have saved me the time.
Great answer. Great way to go in the breakout room because you see how he just said he assumed that he could do it on the computer, but the teacher didn't want it like that. The teacher wanted it on paper. So that's that misunderstanding. That's that clarity, that asking for clarification, that follow up. Once you have that, then you know what the assignment is. And that's important right there because at work, like, so let me tell you guys, so hopefully it works out, right? So I applied for a different job, right? To move up because there's only one way to go, right? And that's up all the time, right? So they always ask me, right? They always say, "Hey, Raymond, we want to know, um, how do you prioritize, right?" And before I used to think that using my calendar, I use notes, I use all these little tech things, right? But that's a good answer, right? But the better answer is when my coworkers delegate something to me, when my coworkers tell me to do something, I ask them for clarification. I say, what's the specific timeline? Is there a deadline? How would you like me to prioritize this? Because now I know what they're asking me for. But if they just tell me, here, Raymond, could you file this for us, or this contract needs to get done, or do this, right? But if I don't follow up and say, hey, I need clarification on the deadline for this contract, hey, I need clarification how to write this memo, or whatever I'm doing, you gotta understand that you need that communication. And just by saying, I follow up with my coworkers for clarification on prioritizing tasks, that took that just leveled me up right there. So now I know that some of the questions they asked me, I answered them like A1. So, but it's just that through the whole learning process that I'm always getting better. And that just like how we do together, how we hear each other talk, that's how you learn. So I really enjoyed that answer right there because if not, you're always misunderstanding. We assume that, hey, you gave it to me. You didn't say when you want it back. You said just get it done. I was thinking maybe it takes a week. I didn't know you wanted it done tomorrow. So that's why it's important to follow up, guys. That's why it's important to ask questions for clarification. But now you guys are gonna go into your breakout room and then I'll call on somebody when we come back. So enjoy your breakout room.
All right.
All right, guys, welcome back. I hope you guys had a good breakout room. Let's go to, let me see what they drink.
No, I got a Dubai chocolate drink. Oh,
Make sure you guys are, yeah, mute. Thank you. Let me go to Samantha.
Yes.
Could you help me out, please, and tell us what you wrote in your workbook, how this helps out?
I wrote that asking questions changes the outcome because then there will be no misunderstandings, miscommunication, or even conflict.
Yeah, for sure. And could you give me a situation where this is maybe this is important, like that you use in life?
I would say like, for example, like if I'm given instruction and I don't understand it correctly, and if I don't like ask a question, like a follow up, then I probably do the assignment wrong or
Yeah,
do the wrong thing.
absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for that. Let's see. Let's go to the next slide, please. The fourth agreement: always do your best. Avoid self judgment or regret by giving your full effort in the moment. All right, Santana.
Hello.
Hey, all right. How's it going? Could you help me out with this? Look it. So I know you've been I know you're on it. So look it. There's one, two, three, four, four agreements. So from number one, or however, whatever order you want to put them in, how does this one always do your best? How do they all go? Could you give us an example, like put them together for us?
I would say like all four. I would just like all four. Basically we can use these all like in our life, and they're just like basically like a blueprint for our life, and like make it like easier. Like I feel like a lot of people like some people they need to like stop taking things personal, so like they don't get into so many like altercations and all that. Um, I feel like if we just use these, like it'll just basically like make our life easier, and like yeah, that's really it.
Exactly, like less stressful. So now let's do this. Now let's say that why is it important to be honest?
I would say it's important to be honest, like because like say if like you tell everybody like you like say like won a championship or something like that, and then like now you're gonna play for like your school team, and they're like, where's where's like this like supposedly great player at, like we thought you were good, what happened? So like everybody's gonna call you a liar basically.
Yeah. So what about the part about, I know you touched on it a little bit, but taking things personal, why is that important? Not just the
I
part
was
about altercations, but the part about maybe add the emotional regulation. How would that feel if you always take things personal?
I was like you would just be like in a really like negative place, because like your life wouldn't be like really positive if you like let all those negative things get to you. So that's why you have to have like a growth mindset and just like keep pushing.
Exactly, yeah. Because that regulation is, I don't want to feel hurt. Like I'm not gonna take things personal because I'm better than feeling hurt. I help people heal. I don't make them get hurt, right? So I heal, right? I bring the happiness, or I bring positive energy, right? So and I guess another one would be like, why don't we want to make assumptions, Santana?
For assumptions, I would say it's like because you could be completely off with your assumptions. Like sometimes, like you might be right, but on the other hand, you might be completely way off. So like that's why you always want to be sure in what you're doing.
Exactly. And that's important because, you know, well, let me get through the last one with you. And why is it important to always do your best?
I mean, doing your best, that's how you grow. Because if you
Yeah.
don't try, then like you're never gonna make it anywhere really.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. And thank you for summarizing all of them for me. And guys, so yeah, like I'm glad he ran through them and we all got to listen because, assumptions is like, we see people on the streets, houseless people that might not have nowhere to live, but we're assuming the worst of them, right? But we don't know what they've been through. We don't know what type of family, what type of anything they got going on. A lot of people need help, right? So we can't just always make judgments about people, right? So it's recognizing these type of things. You can't categorize means putting everybody in the same box and saying they're all the same. Nah, nobody's the same. Each one of us is different. We all bring different value. We all got something to give to somebody else. And that's what you guys got to understand. That's very important. Um, so I just want to share that little part with you guys. But let me see. Let's go to Sarah or Sari.
Mm, Hello?
Yeah, hello. Could you sum these up for us too? The same thing that Santana did. Like, it's in the chat too, so you could four of them. Just talk about it, like what you learned.
I learned about how your energy, I think energy plays a big part, I think, in everybody's life, especially how people tell you good or bad news. I think that has a big impact in people's lives. And I think we could change the world by impacting other people's by the way we speak to them or motivate them. Um, I I also learned about emotions, like how to control your emotions, when you're mad or when you're angry, or maybe think before speaking, right? When you get into a fight with somebody and you just want to hit them, I think it's better to step back, breathe, use the methods, and think before acting. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Yeah, nah, great responses. Thank you. Yeah, that's perfect. You see, sometimes it's good. Like when Satana started, when he said emotional regulation, he said breathe, relax, breathe. Because if we're not breathing right, we're not making the right decisions, right? We're in hysteria, right? So that's important. I'm glad you said that. Yeah, and that's what it's always about, guys. Like, we practice these simple rules. You could use them in one word. It's like honesty, don't take things personal, assumptions, best, and just thinking about it. Like if I wake up and it's gonna become an everyday process. Like when I'm doing things, I'm gonna catch myself before making bad judgments or making assumptions of certain things, and I know I'm always gonna show up. So it's just important to recognize these type of things. Um, Let me see. Let's go to the next slide, please. Let me go to Valerie.
Yes.
Can you read this, please?
What does doing your best look like in your life right now? How can you apply the principles without being overly hard on yourself?
Thank you. All right, you guys got 2 minutes. I'm gonna cut it by a minute to go in the workout room, please. We'll be right on time. Don't worry. I got one more person.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Thank
good.
you, Raymond.
Because we got the 90 seconds and then the announcements. That's it. Yeah. I know this is your last class. I don't want you to do overtime.
Yeah, it's okay, Raymond.
All right, guys, welcome back. Let me go to, I think the last person I need to call on is Yasleen. Is Yasleen there?
She went to the restroom.
All right. Thanks, Santana. What does doing your best look like in your life right now? How can you apply this principle without being overly hard on yourself? So I'm just gonna say it real quick, just answer it. So when I do my best, I have no regrets because I know I did my best. So it's just thinking like that, guys. So that means that I'm not gonna be hard on myself because I gave it my all. So we're gonna go into the next slide, please. Next class, practice and power of habits. Explore how small daily habits shape who they become and support long term success. Learn the science of habit formation, how cues, routines, rewards, environment, and mindset influence behavior. By designing simple, intentional habits aligned with your goals, you will see how lasting change comes from consistency, not willpower. The next slide, please. So now you guys got 90 seconds to do the workbook, but I'll give you guys a minute just to do the workbook, please. Right, guys. Could we go to the last slide, please? I want to get you guys out of here on time. And I just want to say it was a good class. Workbook, survey form, submission deadline, March 6th, 5 p.m. Ignite post survey for you guys that did that. Submission on March 6th, 5 p.m. The field trip, hopefully you guys are able to go to it. I'll be at this one. I'm gonna go to it to go see what's going on. So field trip, World Cup Symposium, date of field trip, March 15th, RSVP by March 6th. So that's coming up on Friday, I think, 5 p.m. It was great seeing you guys. I'm glad you guys had all the answers and the energy today. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. So take care. Have a safe week.
All right. So thank you, everyone. And also, if you have questions or concerns, you can use our student help form. The link should also be in the chat already. And if you have questions today, you can stay in the meeting. We will hang around for a while. Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, Basha. Thank you, Kim.